What is up, friends? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I'm sitting in the Walgreens parking lot on my lunch break waiting for a prescription to be filled that I called in 3 days ago, by the way. Come on, Walgreens. But anyway, today was a pretty cool day, and has been a pretty cool day. It's not over yet, but my day starts early, and I spent some time with the Lord this morning, and I was just reflecting on just significant events in my life, whether it was my first diagnosis when I was 25 years of cancer, or the recent diagnosis a few days ago of what they're calling kidney cancer, or birth of a child, the loss of a stepdad, miscarriage that Mindy and I walked through in our lives. One thing that I recall, one of the things that I've learned, and I've just enjoyed the experience of it, is that each time that I've walked through those things, or we've walked through those things, we have drawn closer to God every single time. It's almost as if I think maybe He just allows these things to go in our lives because He draws us closer. I also know that God's Word says that He restores the brokenhearted. And in all those circumstances, even including the recent one, how can your heart not be broken? I'll never forget the phone calls. I mean, minutes after the phone calls, seconds after the phone calls, your heart's broken. You're just like, oh man, not again. I don't want to do this. I don't have the energy. You go through all those emotions pretty quickly. But then something just kind of clicks in. Something just clicks in gear, and you just like, wait a minute. God has been so faithful. God continues to be so faithful, and He's walked me through so much into my lifetime. Why in the world would I not think that He's going to walk me through something again? And then it's normal for us, man. It's normal for us to draw closer to God during times like this. I've heard a lot of people tell me over the years, I feel so guilty. What do you feel guilty about? It wasn't until I started going through this, it wasn't until I got this diagnosis, it wasn't until I lost this loved one, or it wasn't until this happened in my life that I got into God's Word and started spending more time with Him. Listen, stop that. No. That's not what God's about. God knows that during significant times in our life, we're going to draw closer to Him. He expects us to draw closer to Him. And I got to tell you, we hear people all the time saying, God won't give you more than you can handle. There's a little bit of truth to that, but also sometimes I want to kick people in the throat when I hear them say that, because the truth of the matter is the world gives us more than we can handle. Therefore, we have an awesome God that can pick up and do all the heavy lifting for us and carry us through all of these times. Because the truth of the matter is, most of these things are too big for us. I know they are for me. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'4", weigh 400 pounds. I'm a monster. But all of this stuff is way too big for me. It's not about your build or your strength or your invincibility or any of that type of stuff. It's about how big our God is. He's amazingly big. And He's incredibly, incredibly sensitive to our needs. And He desires, like I've told you before, desires to be in all of our details and our affairs. And I just want you to know, if you're going through a significant time right now and you're feeling guilty about spending more time with God or drawing closer to Him because you're like, oh man, it wasn't until this happened, now all of a sudden I'm calling out to God. Man, call out to God. That's what God's there for. He wants you to call out to Him. He wants you to depend on Him. He wants you to learn something through this process. There's nothing better than life experience, guys. There's really not. Life experiences teach us so much. So I just want to encourage you, no matter what you're facing right now in your life, no matter what significant thing that you're going through right now, things that just distract you or things that you think are just so big, call out to God, give them to Him, literally give them to Him. Just say, God, this is too big for me. I can't do it, and I'm not going to do it. I need you to do the heavy lifting. And He's going to meet you right where you are. Doesn't matter who you've been with, where you've been, how you've done it. God meets you exactly where you are, right when you need Him. So that's my encouragement to you today. Draw close to Him. He loves the brokenhearted, and He desires to restore you, and He desires to walk with you through anything you're facing right now. Again, thanks for your prayers. Share these videos, man. People need to hear hope, and they need to hear that God is in control of all the circumstances. I love you, and I can feel your prayers, I promise. They are sustaining me, and they're keeping me positive, and they're keeping me motivated, and they're keeping me calm. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It means more to me than I could ever tell you. God bless you. Have a great Wednesday, the rest of the day. Have a great remainder of the week. Love you so much. Bye.